What is up, guys? My name is Robert Donaldson, and today we are back with episode number 87 of Rob's Best Bets for the date of March 4th, 2023. And as always, you can find me on Twitter at RobDFB. And if you want more content like this in the future, please light up that like and subscribe button because it helps out a ton with YouTube's algorithm. And before we hop into Saturday's picks, let's go over Friday's betting performance. And man, you can't make this up. We are only 3 days into March, and we are currently up 24.94 units. And aside from a couple rough beats on yesterday's slate, that number really could have been even higher. And this will be one of the few times I ever bring this up, but you guys have been sending me a lot of messages, and I've really appreciated that. And you guys have been asking, where can I potentially send a tip? And listen, I've had my PayPal and my Cash App in the description of every video I post and in my bio on Twitter, but I'm never going to plug it because I don't want to give off the impression that I'm going down the road of like selling picks in the future or being a paid service. I have absolutely zero interest in doing that. I'm betting these picks alongside you guys, and I'm trying to make money for you, not take it. And there are a lot of services out there that I just think are very scummy, not transparent, and I never want to be associated with that sort of thing. And unfortunately, in the betting space, that is the grand majority of those paid services. And that said, if you did want to throw me some money as a tip, that's totally fine. I'll throw it in the beer fund and I'll reach out to you personally and thank you as well. That said, do not, and I mean do not feel obligated to do so, because again, my entire enjoyment from this comes from making you guys money and growing this channel and interacting with you guys on social media. So sorry for this long-winded spiel. I've had a lot of people asking in my direct messages over the past few days, and I just want to get that out of the way. With that said, this is a large slate, and I mean very large slate. We have over 90 games, and we have 14 picks on this card today, and quite a bit of units, so let's get right into these picks. Alright, for our first pick of the day, we are heading down to the SoCon tournament where we have Chattanooga taking on Samford, and this is poised to be an exciting game. And before Jake Stevens went down with his hand injury, Chattanooga felt like one of the best teams in this conference. So let's take the 3.5 points here with Chattanooga for 2 units, and for an additional unit, let's also sprinkle the money line here as well. For our second bet of the day, we are heading over to the Big East where we have Villanova taking on UConn. Man, this Nova team is trending way up right now, and I think they're honestly a sleeper this year to steal a bid in the Big East tournament, and I say we take them here at home, getting the 3 points for 2 units, and for an additional unit, let's also sprinkle on the money line here as well. For pick number 3, we are heading over to the AEC tournament where we have Bryant taking on New Hampshire, and Bryant caught a bad seed in this tournament, mainly because of injuries throughout the season, but now they are healthy, and they are the more talented team, and I think they could win this entire conference. So let's take them here, laying the 3 points for 3 units for our third play of the day. For pick number 4, we are heading down to the Big 12 where we have Baylor taking on Iowa State. And this Iowa State team is an absolute mess right now. And this Baylor team is poised to potentially win the entire conference. So I love the Bears in this one at home. And let's lay the 7 points for 3 units for our fourth play of the day. For pick number 5, we are heading out to the Pac-12 where we have one of the best games of the entire day between UCLA and Arizona. And I think this UCLA team is built to win a championship, and Arizona has kind of looked lazy and susceptible in a lot of spots this year. And I think UCLA could absolutely roll them at home. So let's lay the 5 points for 3 units for our fifth play of the day. For pick number 6, we are heading out to the Mountain West where we have Utah State taking on Boise State. And Boise State is coming off of that miracle comeback win at home over San Diego State, but Utah State absolutely needs this one, and I think they are just the better team overall. So let's take them at home here, laying the 4.5 points for 3 units for our sixth play of the day. For pick number 7, we are headed over to the ACC where we have Duke taking on North Carolina. And I absolutely love this rivalry. It's one of the best rivalries in all of sports, and North Carolina absolutely needs this one to stay on the bubble. So let's lay the 2.5 points here with the Tar Heels for 3 units for our seventh play of the day. For pick number 8, we are heading back out to the Big 12 where we have West Virginia taking on Kansas State. And once again, this is a game that West Virginia absolutely needs, and they have the talent to get it done, especially at home. So let's lay the 4 points with West Virginia for 3 units for our 8th play of the day. For pick number 9, we are heading down to the Sun Belt Conference Tournament where we have South Alabama taking on Southern Miss. And you guys know how much I love the South Alabama squad. And I think if you ignore the seeding, they are just flat out the better team in this matchup. So let's take the Jags here on the money line for 3 units for our 9th play of the day. For pick number 10, we are heading out to the MVC tournament where we have Indiana State taking on Bradley. And man, this Indiana State team, you guys already know how much I love them once again, but they are on an absolute mission, and I'm not going to stand in their way. So let's take the 3 points here with the Sycamores for 3 units. And for an additional unit, let's also sprinkle on the money line here as well. For pick number 11, we are headed down to the SEC where we have Kentucky taking on Arkansas. And this Kentucky team is coming off of a really rough loss at home to Vanderbilt. And they really need this win to repair their resume because right now it's kind of looking suspect. And I think we're actually getting too many points here. So let's take the 5.5 points with Kentucky for 3 units. And for an additional unit, let's also sprinkle on the money line here as well. For pick number 12, we are heading out to the Big 12 where we have a great game between Texas and Kansas. And this is a really great spot for Texas. And I think they match up really well with the Jayhawks. So let's lay the 2.5 points here at home with Texas for 4 units for our 12th play of the day. For pick number 13, we are heading back out to the SEC where we have Auburn taking on Tennessee. And once again, this is a much needed win for Auburn here, and Tennessee on the road has looked very beatable on several occasions. So let's lay the point here with Auburn for 5 units for our 13th play of the day. All right, for our final pick of the day, we are finishing in the SEC where we have Texas A&M taking on Alabama. And ever since the Brandon Miller news broke, this Alabama team has looked very shaky and very beatable, and A&M has been one of the hottest teams in the entire country over the past 2 months. So let's take A&M here at home on the money line for 5 units for our final play of the day. All that being said, I really want to thank you all for checking out today's video, and once again, really appreciate the love you guys have been showing on these videos and on Twitter and on Instagram and everywhere else. Really appreciate it, guys. You guys are so damn awesome, and man, let's keep raking in that dough. March is just getting started, and we are red effing hot. So I will see you in a future video. Take it easy.